Hello, coordinator. Good morning. I'm just getting a cup of tea. I may be delayed by a minute or so. Please update the students. Hi all, back online. People have started joining in. I see Srini only online. Folks, please join in if you have arrived in the class. Today we'll study some new things. Coordinator, can I start? Can I get some signal? Shall I start or shall we wait? Okay, sure, but there are only 2 students. Is it good to start? Okay, sure, fine. Okay, so today's content and agenda would be more around join. In the last session, we have studied about the subquery and the correlated subquery. We have started studying the part of the SQL programming language. The sub-language is DQL. The DQL stands for Data Query Language. There is only one command within the DQL, that is select command. Using the select command, you can retrieve, that is retrieve all the data stored within the table. Okay. By far, we have seen the only command having the biggest and complex structure is the select command, and it gives you all lots of capability to retrieve the data from a table. We have studied by far also the DDL command that helps in creating the container structure. There are two types of containers in SQL. One is known as a physical container, one of the physical container being table, and one of the logical container being views. Do you remember, tables stores data, views doesn't have the data of its own. It contains an abstracted data layer of the underlying table. Today we are also going to cover the views, so we'll know more about the views. So we have also seen the DML syntaxes. DML stands for data manipulation language. There are only 4 commands within the DML: insert, update, delete, and merge. Insert command helps in inserting fresh rows of data. Update command helps in modifying existing dataset. Delete command helps in deleting existing dataset. And merge is a special command that helps in doing multiple things between insert, update, and delete depending upon a condition. We did not cover merge, we'll do it in subsequent classes. In DDL, we spoke about the create command that helps in creating structure, drop command that helps in deleting the structure, alter command that helps in altering the structure, rename command that helps in renaming an object from old name to a new name, and truncate is a special command that is only applicable to the table type of object. What does truncate do? When you apply a truncate, it wipes out or deletes all rows of data from a table, but it retains the container structure. That means if you are saying truncate table name, it will delete all the data from the table name, but it will keep the structure intact. But if you do drop table name, it will delete the data as well as the structure. Okay. So by far we have studied that. So today we are going to start with the new objective. The new objective is to study the join operation. Join operation is essentially, do remember, by far we have studied the select query. The select command helps in extracting the data from the tables. And join is a special operation that you can do to extract data stored in two or more tables at the same time. In the last session, we have seen examples of the pate and the pate owner exercise, right? Where the pates and can somebody say that you have the pate and pate owner dataset on your machine? Can somebody reply in the chat window? Yes, no? I just want to know because you don't have the pate owner dataset. Okay, no worries. Let me send it to the coordinator. Ramya, are you there in the session, or who shall I send to? Anybody can give the email address so that I can actually drop a mail right away with the pet owner dataset, because I want you to do some exercise today. Anyways, we'll do join. Join is the complex part. I will not only show, but I will ask you to write some question. In that way, we can verify your knowledge on the go. Okay. So I can do that by typing a content here. Let me see if I can give it to you. Let me see. Pet dogs here. Okay. This is the data set, but can I attach a file in the chart window? I can't attach a file. Is that correct? Uh, okay. Let's see. This is the this is a big query, so I wanted to mail it, but if it is not mailed, then I will give you the structure in the chart window. Try to copy in from the chart window. Control V. Let's go ahead and send to all. Then I will give you some data records, some. I will try to do 10 copy. It will take some time, but then I will have sent to all. Do let me know if you are able to copy paste the data. I would love to have you copy all this data, insert on your table on your local machine, so that you can actually do some exercise even if you want to during this class. Okay, so please try to copy paste this command stack and let me know if you are able to do it now. I'm pasting all the command in the chat window. You can copy it from there. Please copy from the chat window. I don't know, is it easy, is it not? But are you able to copy? At least somebody has started copying. Can you give some yes, no in the what somebody is saying? PPT docs. Share this file along with other PPT dot. I'm anyways going to share it. I will share it, but right now, if you want to do some exercise alongside, you need to have some data handy. That is where I'm giving you this data. This file will come automatically during the presentation today. But if you have not any data set, I would recommend that go ahead and create some content so that you will be able to do it. Okay. Sorry about not sending it pre-handed. Can somebody confirm that you are able to take it, execute on your machine? I want to see something here. 2-3 more minutes and then we'll be all good to get started. Yeah, I have tried giving all the message in the chat window. So just see. Can somebody confirm? Are you able to do it now? Have you started inserting the have you started creating the table structure, inserted the data? Can somebody give answer saying yes, no? Have you created, inserted this data? I have already pasted all the queries in the chat window. If you can just take it to your machine, it will create a table for you. This particular script is talking about creating two tables and inserting the data row. That is what I'm trying to do here. If you high levelly see, I'm doing nothing other than creating and inserting. I'm creating a table called as pet. I'm inserting some data record into the pet table. I'm creating a table called as pet owner and inserting some data rows into the pet owners table. Okay. Can somebody confirm? Have you inserted the queries on your machine, on your tables? Yes, no? Not needed. It is not mandatory to do it because we'll do some exercise. That is where I want to ask you some question during the class. Whenever you have time, do it. So I will start with the content and then we'll come back and discuss about it. Okay. Now, as we know about the pet and pet owner dataset, we have been doing programming since 2-3 session now. Now let's go back and understand what exactly these two topic are. Today's topic is more about the join. Like I said, join is an operation that allows SQL to retrieve dataset from two or more table, or absolutely we can say one or more table, because there is the form that also allows you to extract the table or derive the data from the same table also, right? So join is an operation using which we can derive the data from two or more tables at the same point in time, right? By far, we have seen one example yesterday. whilst yesterday and in the last session regarding correlated subquery. If you are able to understand the correlated subquery at that point in time, at least you must have seen what I was trying to do. I was trying to select the data from the pits table. While selecting the data from the pit table, I was trying to pass the owner ID to the owner table to get the owner name for the same pit record. Is that understanding correct? I was trying to write the subquery at the column label. I was trying to get all the data from the pit table, and simultaneously I was trying to get the pit owner name. Is that understanding correct? I was trying to do what? I was trying to derive value from another table while I was selecting data from the root or from the master table. So in that particular query condition, what was involved? This is the example that I'm talking about. This is the query I'm talking about, right? I'm selecting the data from the pits table, but I'm selecting at the same time the data from the pit owner table, correct? I'm passing the pit outer table. This is the outer table's owner ID, dbo pits dot owner ID to the inner query. So whenever you are getting the first record of the table owner ID, you pass it here so that the entire query will be evaluated what is the owner name for that particular person at that owner name at that for that particular dog, right? Or the pet. Now, join is an operation that allows you to do um, that allows you to retrieve data from multiple tables. Now, how many types of joins are there? Okay, today we are going to cover the inner join, left outer join, right outer join, cross join, and there is one join that I missed is full join also. Okay, full join. So there are 5 categories of joins, and we'll understand what a join operation is all about and how it helps in retrieving the data. Do remember, students, this topic is, if you are thorough about the joins, then you have conquered the SQL. Do you remember? If you don't understand anything henceforth and you have understood the SQL, in your day in, day out, whenever you join a company and you have data inside a database and you have to play around with the data, right? The biggest technique that you are going to use, 70 to 80% of your time in a day, is join. So this particular topic is very, very, very important from your understanding perspective, from your interview perspective. In every interview you go, you have to answer and join question. No, maybe one, maybe two, but there will be questions around the join only. Okay, so let us understand join very carefully and ask question. Whenever you have question, don't wait for it. Go ahead and ask question. I will go ahead and answer them out. Like I said, every 10-15 minutes we'll actually cover a topic and then we'll go back and answer a few, right? So join is the mechanism that allows you Join is a mechanism in SQL that allows you to read data from 2 or more tables or views. Join allows you to merge 2 or more tables as one, and the purpose is to do data projection or selection operation. Okay, by default, select command helps you do the projection or the selection. What is the projection operation? When you are doing select star from table name without any restriction, you are showing all the data that is available on table is known as a projection operation. A selection operation is the operation where either you are selecting subset of a row. There are 10 rows. You are only showing 5 rows by writing a where condition. There are 6 column. You are showing 3 column while writing select column name, column name, column name from the table name, right? Or you are applying row restriction and column restriction at the same time. You are saying select first name and last name from table name where ID is something, correct? That is another form. But there are only 2 type of operation, one as selection or projection. So the join helps in retrieving the data from multiple container at the same time. Okay, now what is the syntax of a join? Do you remember what is the syntax? It is the complete syntax of the select query, but do you remember this is what the syntax of the join condition that we should be carefully watching. Okay, I'm making it bold and underline. Okay, this is the area that is the okay. Let me check. There was some issues around not readable. Can you post the SQL file in Slack? Student, I have not joined the Slack yet. My ID has not been shared yet, or I didn't check. I could have done it, but I can't do it right now. But after the session, anyways, I will share the file. So if you can hold on, you can hold on. I've given the things in the chart window. Did anybody tried copying the content and able to insert the data? If not, then hold on. Okay. Let me see if I can mail it back to Ramya so that you will get it quickly. Let me see it. Just a second, please. Ramya, are you there in the session? If so, I'm sending an email with the attached file. Can you just send it across to the students? Sorry about the delay. I believe Ramya must have created a Slack for me, but then I did not check. Sorry about it. Okay, I have sent to the coordinator, so coordinator will give it to you in some time. Now, coming back to the join syntaxes. So while I was talking about the join, I was saying the most important part of the join is the three lines. Do you remember? Whenever you are doing the join operation, the join comes after the from clause. By far, we have studied the select from clause, right? We are going with the join part of the condition. We have studied a part of the where condition also, right? So we are going with the join clause, then we'll go to the group by, having, order by. There are so many conditions, so many parts left, right? So when you talk about the join, there are four to five types of join category available. Okay, one of the join is useless. One is known as the cross join. It is very useless. It is used at very rare scenario. I will explain about that particular scenario. Do remember, in day out, you will majorly use three category of join. One is known as the inner join, that is known as the equality based join. Second is known as the left outer join, that is equality, but there may be no matches. Equality inner join means exact match. You want to join two table where exact match is found, you extract the record set. Okay. When you want to match two table, but your intention is to extract all the data from the left side of the table. I will explain what you mean by left and right. Just hear it out. There are two tables involved. One table is known as the left table, other side is known as the right. Think about your both the hands you have. You have your left hand, you have your right hand. Left hand contains some data, right hand contains some data. The left join operations intent is whatever data is there in your left hand should come anyways, right? But wherever a matching data is found from the right table, you get and show that data. If no matching record found, then you show a null. That is what the left join condition do. Left does what his intents it, a, irrespective of a match found between two table or not, all the data from the left side will come up. Okay. If there is a corresponding match in the right side table, you will see the data from the right table. If there is no match, the right side data becomes null. The exact vice versa is right join. What is right join? Right join means right join or right outer join. Both are same. I will explain why it is same and what is the difference between the syntax and structure. Right join helps you extracting the data from the right side of the table, irrespective of a match found in the left side of the table or not. Okay. And full join is an operator that is a combination of left join plus right join. That is what a full join is. Okay. Left join plus right join is the full join, and cross join is the Cartesian product between two tables. Okay. If there are, we'll see. We'll go into one by one and then we'll study. There are five joins: inner join, equality join. If exact match is found between both the table, it will come. Left join, irrespective of a match found between both the table or not, all the records from the left side of the join will come. Right join is irrespective of a match is found or not, all the data from the right side of the table is going to come. Full join is a combination of the left join and right join, and cross join is a Cartesian product. Okay, let us see. Like I said, the purpose of this join is what? Join condition allows you the user the ability to select data from two or more tables. inner join, outer join, cross join. Outer, the category is inner, the category is outer, and the category is cross. Do remember, okay? There are three category of join, but the operators are many, okay? 5 operators. In the inner join, this is also known as equality join. That means exact row is matched between both the table that will come. Outer join, three categories: left join, right join, or full outer join. These are known as outer type of category. That means match is found or not found, the data is going to come from the intended table. Okay. Cross join is a Cartesian product. That means it will multiply all the rows and all the column between the tables and show you the data grid. Okay. Now let us go to this is as an example. Let us see this particular thing. Okay. One is known as the customer table. Customer has ID, first name, last name, city, country, and phone. Just understand what this example is talking about. I will anyways give you some structure that you can play around also. Okay, ID, first name, last name, city, country, phone. There is order item. Order item has ID, order ID, product ID, unit price, and quantity. Supplier has ID, company name, contact title, city, country, phone. Then there is the order table. Order table has ID, order date, order number, customer ID, and total amount. And ID, product name, supplier ID, unit price, package, and is discontinued. These are the attributes of a product table. That means every customer does have its own entity. This is known, a table is known as an entity, and every column is known as an attribute. Customer has 5 6 attribute: ID, first name, last name, city, country, phone. Order table has ID, order ID, product ID, which product it is containing, what is the unit price of the product, what is the quantity of the order that customer is buying. Supplier ID, who is the supplier of that. Say for an example, this can be a table structure for a retail company. You are going to any of the retail store, you are going to Reliance Mart, you are going to a more Mega Mart, you are going to XYZ Mega Mart, right? And you must be seeing there are racks available, there are a lot of products available. The buyer goes into the Mega Mart, they pick up some item in their basket, then they go to the checkout counters, and what they do, they scan the product on the counter. And during the scanning, what it does, it identifies some orders, some quantity, and then some price. It records somewhere that it generates a bill for you to pay. Correct? You think about that, this 5 table generates that entire system out for you. Okay? We'll understand more. Let me see if, let me see, I have that particular data handy or not. Let me see. We'll do this or else we'll do on the pet owner data set. Okay, just a second. Yeah, I do have the queries here. Let me see. This is the join related table structure. Okay, whatever table structure I was talking about, these are my table structure. Okay, so what I will do is I will go ahead and create a few tables and containers. Okay, and also in the meantime, I'm sending you the content. You can also try at your site creating it. Ramya, if you are there in the session, please also attach these few more. Sorry about not sharing earlier. So let me share the queries. Join example, join related. Okay, fine. Uh, do students look at this particular query? I'm just trying to create a table structure where the table structure contains ID, first name, and some constraint. I will explain, don't bother about the constraint and all, but let me connect. How do I connect a query window? I will go right click on the query window. I will say connection, connect. Okay, connect to the DB engine, connected. And then I will go ahead and create all these objects. Let's see if all the objects and the insert queries and everything is there. So I will go ahead and execute. is doing it. There are a lot of content. So database study SQL does not exist. Okay, yeah, that's true because my DB name is study. So study SQL does not exist. If I say use study, then only it will work. So if you have database known as, either you create a new database called as study SQL, or you can change your database to study. Okay. Control S, execute. Yeah, insert started. It is going ahead and inserting a lot of data into the table. We'll see what's happening. Query completed with errors. Where is the error? Let's see. Maybe study SQL is the error. Control C, Control H, study SQL to study SQL, SQL to SQL. Why it's not happening? To study. There is no study SQL, so there shouldn't be any error. Ideally, there shouldn't be error because there is no. Let's see. Study, refresh. I want to see some tables here. My machine sim sunk. It's a hung state, so we just have to wait for that. Or in the meantime, I can talk about the data set. Okay. So while my tables are getting created, let me review that first. Okay. Say for an example, you can see the customer ID is here in the customer table. There is ID, first name, last name, city, country, and phone. And there is the order table where I'm saying there is a order ID is the unique ID of the order table. Order date is on which date the order is placed. Order number is the unique number. If you see the payment slip payment or the order receipt coming out of in a checkout counter, right? If you go to the Reliance or any shop, and then the customer ID who has purchased the order and the total amount of transaction. If somebody want to say, tell me all the orders placed by the customer whose first name starts with A. If I have to say that, if I'm asking a question, just listen the question carefully, look at the two tables carefully, customer table and order table. Okay. Customer is having the ID, customer ID, then the first name, last name, city, country, and phone. And order table is having an ID. ID means that is a unique ID of order. That that means in the payment slip, if you have seen any data in the order table. Okay. And then on which date the order was placed, and the order number is the unique order number for that particular transaction system, and the customer ID is the customer. A customer ID is the relationship between the customer table and the order table. Okay, customer ID equal to order table customer ID equal to ID column of the customer. Okay, and the total amount of that particular transaction. If the question is tell me all the order placed by a particular customer whose name starts with A, how do I do that? Essentially speaking, we can, if we are going for a matching order, we can always go for a inner join syntax. Do remember the syntax of inner join? You can say select whatever column. I'm saying star means I'm interested in getting all the column. Okay, from or table, from anyway select star from the table is straightforward syntax. There is nothing changing. Select star from table. Okay, that is there. But then we are introducing an inner join clause here. After the first table, we are introducing an inner join clause. Then we are introducing the second table. Okay, I want to introduce the customer table inner join order table on customer ID equals to order dot customer ID. Customer's ID equals to order dot customer ID, that is the relationship. Okay. If my intent is that, what will happen? It will actually try to extract out all the data record where I'm not asking that question where matches like A. I have to apply a filter where first name like A percentage. That I can do, right? But I'm just showing how do you write a join operation that can actually extract the data from both the table at the same point in time. Okay. By far we have extracted data from only one table, but now we are trying to extract the data from both the tables. What happened? Why it is not connecting? Is it my data drive is full? Just a second, I'm just checking something happening here. Data drive doesn't seem to be full. It seems we are automatically report this delay to Microsoft based on XYZ. Okay, let me try to restart. Let's see. Some issue is happening. Allow me to restart my SQL. Okay. What I will do, it is in a hung state. I will go to the task manager of my system and try to kill it. When a SQL service is hung, you can't do much. So what you simply can do, go to the task manager, go to find out SQL Server Services. It is in a hung state. Where is my SQL? Yeah, I found the SQL Services. And then I will kill it in task. Now it is not taking anything. Yeah, finally it is gone. Okay, fine. So let me restart my SSMS one more time and then I can show you the example. Sorry about the glitch. It is starting up. That's where it is. I don't know, some issue with the SQL today. Is it? Just a second. Okay, let it start. Yeah, finally it started. Okay. It is recovering all my files. Asking to connect. Thank you for doing it. Okay, finally connect to the database server. Okay, fine. My screen is up and live. Let's see. I go to the databases. No, something is happening here. Use study database. I said use and it has already chosen it, but let's see. Use study, yeah. And then I would say or expand my tables. Let's see if it is still able to expand it or not. Select star from customers. Let's see if it is created or not. Yeah, my customer table is created. My customer table is created. Let's see, there is a customer table as well. Yeah, the customer table is also created. I have ID, first name, last name, city, country. Do I have an order table? Let's see, select star from order tables, from ORDE or orders, order. Customer is there, order table is there. Let's see if it is able to create it or not. Let's see. Order. There's already an object name order in the database, but then I'm doing a select. It is not working fine. That's interesting. I'm saying db.order. Let's see. Oh yeah, because it is owned by some other schema. Let's see. Yeah, my order table is there. Yeah. And do I have my order item table? Let's see that. Select star from order item table. I do have data. I do have data from product table. Let's see. Select star from product table. Let's see the data. There is data in the product table as well. And there is some table called as products. I believe that is where the issue is. Let's see what is the difference between both the table. One is saying product name, supplier ID, unit price, how many packages, is it discontinued or not. Second product is saying this is the item ID, list price, title, and the description of that particular product. Okay, that is fine. It is the item description. Okay, and then I have a supplier. Let's see. I'm just going to explain. I'm trying to get the data set so that we can actually start asking question and start understanding the join operation. Okay, supplier table. Now, if you see, now let me explain the table first. In that way, we'll first understand the structure and then we'll start asking question and join. Okay. The customer table contain all the customer record. Can you see that? Nothing to explain. First name of customer, last name, city, country, and the phone number. Order table contains what the customer has purchased from the shop. Okay. On which date he or she has purchased, via what order number it has been purchased. What is the customer ID who has purchased it? What is the total amount of purchase? Okay. Do you remember? Watch this order number. Okay. Now, if you go to the order item table, in the against every order number, there is an order ID. Can you see that? ID column of every table is the unique ID that represents the uniqueness in the table. Okay, do remember ID column. If the ID column is there in the customer table, that means unique ID of that customer. Okay, customer ID 1 means Maria, customer ID 2 means Ann. Order in the order table, the ID column means that is a unique record of the order, right? Order ID 1 means this exact number. Order ID 2 means this is the order. Order ID 7 means this is the record. Okay. When you go to the order item, there is the ID column and there is the ID column that is the uniqueness for the order item, but then there is the order ID. That means ID column of the order table. Do you remember? Order ID means ID column of the order table. Okay. And then against that order, which product was purchased, what was the unit price of the product, and what was the quantity of the product. Okay. Let's go to the product table. There will be ID column in the product table also. That means product ID means ID column of the product table. Then what is the product name? Who was the supplier for that? And then we can ask question. Same for the supplier also, right? If you see, there is a product ID, there is a supplier ID. I'm selling certain things, but one of the supplier is selling it. Say for an example, um, I don't remember the names. Let's understand the names. So for our discussion sake, I will assume that Sashi is selling chai. Okay, so Sasi is the supplier for the chai, and Srinivas is the supplier for the, say for an example, Aikura or something. Correct. So that is what this supplier ID means. Okay. And then I do have the supplier list also. I definitely should have the supplier list, but I did not create the table. I had that. I will create that particular table so that you will see the entire structure out. Who is the supplier name and everything out. Okay. But I believe this product table, the products table is nothing but the supplier table name. I should have actually renamed. Yeah, this is the chai is sold by somebody, right? Listing price and all this thing, but my supplier name is not there. So I have only my supplier data available inside. No, I have the supplier table, right? So the supplier table is saying this is the supplier ID who is selling the exotic liquid and contact name is Charlotte Copper, and it is in London, and this particular phone number. Okay, so supplier tables contain the supplier who is supplying the product. Products table contain all the itemized list. Product table contain all the listing price and the price of that particular entity. Order item is what exact item is purchased within the order table. Order is containing who is the customer who purchased it, what was the order number against which it was purchased, what was the date on which it was purchased, and customer table is the customer who is participating in the transaction. Are you all clear about at least the table structure? Can I get a thumbs up? No? Yes? No? Let me go to the question. I didn't go to that SQL file Slack. Sir, please increase the font size. Extremely sorry again. I should have done it way earlier. Can you please zoom the screen? Okay. Now we are starting the session. So let me know if you are able to see it clear now. Is it better now? Better font? Can you just say yes, no? It's a better font? Or do you want me to increase more? Okay, fine. Are you able to read the screen here, or you want me to increase the font here also? It is fine. When anyways, the slides will be available to you, so you can actually read it offline also. So now I wanted to do one exercise. I don't understand what you mean by customer and all this thing, but I want to start my join practice. So what I want to do, I'm saying inner join is a category of join where I want to join both the table. Let us understand before joining even, okay? How many records are there in the customer table? Let's verify. Select star from customer can tell me the record count, 93. Can you see that? That is one way I can see at the bottom grid that how many rows are involved here. If I come to my screen's bottom corner on the yellow grid here, query command executed successfully, and then it talks about how many rows are available here. Correct? Now, I can also do another thing. Instead of star, I can say count of one, count of star or count of one to also know the number of rows in the table. When I say star, it gives you everything. When I use the count function, it gives you the number of rows involved. It also gives me the 93 rows are available. Okay. Star means all data, count means frequency of the data. Okay. Similarly, I will do the order. There are 93 customer, and how many orders are there? 830 rows available from order table, right? Only how many customers were there? How do I write single line comment? Hyphen, hyphen. How many orders are there? 830. I want to say, tell me my question. I'm asking question and I'm trying to attempt my problem statement. I am trying to ask question. Show me the order number. I'm asking the question. Question is, show the or display the what is the part of the customer table? Let's see. Customer first name. Display the first name, last name, city, country, and phone number of the customer. Not only that, also I'm interested in seeing what did he purchase. I want to know. Also show me the order number against what he purchased. Also show me how much of value worth of total purchase he has done, total amount of transaction. My intention is to show what? All the data from the customer table and two records from the order table. Two records from order number and the total amount. I have two options. Either I can write two correlated subquery. I will select star from the customer table and then I will write so a correlated subquery to get the order number and correlated subquery to get the total amount. Or I do have the option of doing a join operation. Let's see how do I write a join operation. What do? I will say select. My intention is select, right? So I will say select. My intention is the column that I am interested in to see. So I will copy all this column. My interest is from this. These are the column that I definitely want to see. So when I write my query, I always split them into multiple line. That is how the industry write the code. Okay. Select first name, last name, this. Then my intention also is these two column also that I want to display. So I would do that. And then I would do the total amount and then I would say from. I'm selecting the column, but where do I select the column from? So I would say select data from the container. So I will say select data from which container? For sure customer container, because customer containing all the top five columns, right? First name, last name, country, and the phone number are the column that customer containing. Now coming back, the order number and total amount is not coming from the customer. So how do I get this data? So I would say inner join. Okay, I would say inner join order table, inner join the order table. Okay, on, do you remember whenever you are saying from table 1 inner join table 2, then the matching condition is written using the on clause. Okay, if you are doing a join, then on clause is mandatory. Like I said, in the select query, if you are selecting data from the table, then from select and from is the only mandatory clause. And if you are not selecting the data from a table and you are doing calculation like select 2 into 3 or 4 into 5 and stuff, or you are just displaying a string, then in that case, select command is the only mandatory thing in the select clause, right? The join operation is an optional clause, but if you are using join operation, then you have to specify the on condition. Do you remember? If I just execute this particular condition, it will throw error. Let's see that, and then I'm selecting without on condition, it is throwing error. It is saying incorrect syntax near the order, because it is saying I don't see the condition to match. You have written inner join, but what is the condition of commonality between the table? So I do have to say, how do I give a alias? Table alias means what? Giving a short name to the table. I can say DBO customer space C. I will not write this big name. I will instead say customer table is represented as C. Order table is represented as O. I can give a table aliasing so that it will be easy for me to do the operation easily. So I will say C dot customer dot ID, customer dot ID I can drag it down here, ID equals to order dot customer ID. Order table does have a customer ID, order dot customer ID. That is the equality condition of match between both the table. What I'm doing, select all this data. So when I'm saying select all the data, I should say C dot, because I have given a small name. Even if I don't give, no problem. I will show city. I'm not, because these are all unique column names. It will not throw error. I will give name for some. I will not give name for some. That still works, right? But I will tell when you have to do this. Okay. Let us highlight this particular query and execute. Now, can you see some interesting data set coming? 830 matching records came out with all the first name and last name of the person who has bought it, through what order number they have bought it, and what was the order amount for that particular person who has bought it, right? There may be duplication of record. Okay, how do I know there are duplication of record, or how do I know there are same customer visiting Reliance Smart multiple times and buying multiple product on different date? That may be a possibility, right? I don't want to discard that. What I would say, how do I sort my data set? There is a clause known as order by. Order by comes as the last clause in the SQL. So I will say order this data depending upon my first name, depending upon my first name and last name combination. Okay. I want to see the record for the same user. I want to say order the data by first name and last name. If I don't specify anything, by default, SQL Server sorts the data in ascending order. Do you remember? Default sorting pattern in SQL Server is ascending order. It is an interview question. Please note it down. Default sorting pattern in SQL, if you don't write anything, order by column name, that means you are saying order by column name ascending. If you don't write anything, by default ascending. If you want to write ascending, you can say SC. In any other programming language, you have to say order by column name and the order. In SQL Server, you no need to write it, because by default, SQL has done the sorting, saying if you don't write anything, I will assume ascending. If you specify something, you can specify. If you say ascending, then it is ascending. If you don't specify anything, that is also ascending. Okay. Now I want to do this particular combination and see the data that is coming out. Incorrect syntax near comma. Why? Because where it is saying, because I have put an extra comma, that's why there it is. Okay, now can you see here, Alejandra Camino has done multiple purchases multiple purchases through different order number. I want to know the order date. I can't make things out from here without knowing the order date. I want to put the order date also here as a combination to know what happened, why the data is duplicating and why the data is coming multiple times for the same customer. I'm seeing the same customer is getting repeated again and again and again. What is happening here? Okay, I'm just doing the same thing. If you see, what is happening is Anna as a customer from Mexico has purchased multiple order on multiple dates. Can you see that? That is where the record is getting duplicated and it is showing you that one record from customer table is matching with 5 to 6 record from the order table. Wherever the customer record, I did not show you one unique data set, okay, yet. I'm showing you the data that I'm interested in, but I didn't show you the data that is matching, okay. I did not show you what is the customer's ID column. I did not show you what is orders customer ID column, okay. I did match on this particular column. I'm saying you match customer table inner join means exactly match both the record wherever the customer table is matching with order table exactly on the customer table's ID column value is exact match with order table customer ID column. Okay, let us requery and see what data is coming out. Can you see how many rows came out? 830 rows came out. Can you see the matching record? Customer table ID value is 69, order table the customer ID was 69. Can you see? These are the record that matched in the customer to the order. What was matching? ID column of the customer table matched the customer ID column of the order table. Can you see? Wherever the same record is found, it is getting you the data set. Up to this point, is it clear? I will go back to the chart one day. I want to take a pause, then I will explain some more concepts. Can you please, do you want me to zoom more or it is fine? Can you say, I don't know. One is select first name, last name, city, country, total amount. Yeah, that's perfect. I can give you the query, but you don't have the table structure, so that is fine. I have already sent it to the coordinator. If they have already given it, then it is fine. If not, then you will receive it today. So no worries. You can just watch out and then you can do the practice. I have given the query. You can keep this queries handy. Anyways, I will send it also. Okay. Any questions by far? Are you able to? We'll join in 2-3 minutes. Getting a cup of. No, it is mine one. Then can you please zoom the screen? Yes. Sir, please explain again. Sure, I will do that. Okay. Let me do it one more time. Okay. Let me do use. Let me do use MS Paint. Okay. How do I do that? I can do one thing. I can do definitely open Excel and do that. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. Here, let's say this is what we want to do. Okay. What we want to do is this. Okay. This is a customer table. There is ID. There is first name. There is name. There is some age. Okay. And the example is ID and name is Bala. Age is 23 and customer ID 2. Shiva. Age is 25. Customer ID 3. Renu. 29. Okay. Or 21. In that matter, then customer, then I do have a order table here. Okay. Order table does have order ID. Then there is a there is a customer ID. Then I do have a order date and there is an order amount. Order amount. Okay. And the order ID is 1. Customer ID is 1. Order date is 22nd. Order date is 22nd of September 2022. Order amount is $100. And what I will do, order customer ID. Again, I will do some. I will just write down some numbers here, dummy numbers. 1, 2, 3, and then I would do 1, 2, 3. Then drag it down for maybe 5, 10 rows. Okay. Customer ID is same. Customer ID is 2. Shiva is going to the shop. When I say customer ID 2 means Shiva is going to the shop. Customer ID 2. Then on 23rd of September, Shiva went. 23/9/2022. I believe I have written 09. That is where it is not taking as a date. Yeah, understood. And he has spent $200. Okay. Shiva went to shop. Customer ID 2 in Shiva. Again, he went to shop. He went on 24th of September and 22. Okay, he bought some $100 again. Okay, here then Bala went to shop on 22nd. When I say one, customer ID 1 means Bala, because ID value of the customer is customer. That is the customer ID, right? ID value of 1 means Bala. Okay, I'm saying customer ID 1 went to shop on same 22, purchase some value of $400, and customer ID 1 went to shop on 24th and purchased some $600. Customer 3 went to the shop on 23rd and purchased $700, and customer 3 went to the shop on 24th and purchased $10. Okay, now by looking at this data set, can anyone tell me in the chart window, what did Renu purchase? How much value worth is purchased by Renu? Can I get an answer? Kalyan, you have asked the question. Can you just tell me how much total value of order is placed by uh, Renu altogether? By looking at this two data set, are you able to see my screen at least, or it is too small to show it? Is it better now if the number is coming out well? Kalyan, can you just, Kalyan is saying $710. Renu has purchased $710. That is correct answer, Kalyan, right? You have understood that particular question. So Kalyan, you said, let us understand what is the join operation. Before understanding the join, let us understand the table structure, because join is straightforward. Okay, do remember, you are saying Renu is the customer ID who is represented by 3. Is that correct? Customer table ID column is 3. That means Renu's customer ID is 3. The customer ID column of the order table is representing the ID column of the customer table. Okay. Can somebody say me how much is the total spent done by Bala? How much is the total spend done by Bala? Anybody can answer? $460. Bala is ID 1. Correct? That is right answer. Bala is customer ID 1 and he has spent $460. How much is the spend done by Shiva? $400. That's correct. 200, 100, and $100, and customer ID 2 is the Bala one. Correct. Now, do remember, one row of the customer table is matching with 2 rows of the order table. Are you getting it? One row of the customer Bala is matching with 2 rows of the order table. He has done 2 purchases. One row of customer table Shiva is matching with 3 rows of the order table. Are you getting that particular concept? Now, if you go to the SQL table, you are doing the same thing here. What is happening? One row of the customer table is matching with many rows of the order table. Can you see this particular data set? The way we are extracting the data, we are saying select column list from both the table. I can select the data from the customer table, I can select the data from the order table at the same time. Earlier, by far, we have only selected the data from only one table, and the answer is
select column name, column name, column name from table name. By far we have done that. But now what we are doing, we can write join operation to extract data from two or more tables at the same point in time. I want to extract data. Tell me all the customer where the data, tell me all the purchases made by the customer between the customer table and the order table. What is the relationship between the customer table to the order table? The customer's ID column is matching with the order table's customer ID column. Now let us understand what do you mean by left table and right table. Do you remember wherever you see this join clause, you are saying from first table. This is the first table. Okay. After that, you are saying inner join, the second table. Okay. This is the table one. This is the table two. Do you remember in industry, the nomenclature for the left and right is the table that comes before the inner join clause is known as the left table. So that means the table that comes after, immediately comes after the from clause is the left table. The table that comes after the inner join clause is the right table. Okay, straightforward. The table that comes before the inner join clause is left. The table that comes after the inner join clause is the right. Which is my left table and which is my right table in this query? Can somebody answer now here? What is left table? What is right table in this example? Can somebody write? Which table is the left table in this join operation? Customer is left table, Uday Kiran. And what is right? Order is the right table. Perfect. Why? Because customer comes before the inner join clause. Inner join is written here. Any table that comes before is left table. Any table that comes after is the right table. Do you remember this nomenclature? That will help you understanding the left join and right join easily. Okay. Do you remember whenever I'm doing an inner join, wherever the exact match of records are matching between both the table on a specific condition, the on condition specify, you are matching these two tables on a very specific condition. What is my match condition? That wherever the customer's ID column is matching with the order table's customer ID column, you get me the data. Okay, that is what I'm trying to do. Now, I want to ask a question in a different way. I want to ask a question in a very different way. I know I have a lot of customers available. I do have lot of customer available. I know that I did a select star and I could find out that whatever purchase they have, so I know there are 93 customers available. I want to know whether there exist. I'm asking a very different question here. Okay. I want to know, I want to show, uh, or maybe I will stick to my question. I will stick to the topic and then I will go to the left side, right? I will ask a very second type of question. I want to ask, tell me, show me all the data, display all the data, okay? Display. What do you want to display? I want to display the first name, last name. I want to display the first name, last name, and city of the customer and uh, the items purchased by them. I want to display what are the items purchased by them. Okay, that means Sai went to one of the Reliance Mart and he is going to the Reliance Mart near to his home, and he's going and purchasing every different type of variety of products every day, right? Say from one day he's going purchasing milk, one other day he's going buying some potato and vegetables, other day he's going and buying some biscuits, right? So my question is, I want to know what did Sai bought over a period of time from my shop. I want to know and do some profiling of my customer. So what I want to know, what what items being purchased from the store, right, by certain users. So my question intent would be, I want to know what are the order item, right? If you see the order item, order ID, do remember the relationship now. Okay, don't confuse. You can see this three table and you can make some sense here. Okay, this is the customer table. Customer table has only the customer record. This is the order table where the order has an ID column that is known as the order ID, and this is the order number column. This is the this is the order item table. Third one is the order item table, where against order ID a product ID is there and the unit price is listed and how much quantity is bought is listed, right? If you see, the total amount is computed in some way. Do you understand that? ID line number 7 represents through our order number. A customer ID 14 has purchased $625 worth of product, but I want to know what did he buy, what did he or she buy, because I don't know whether it is he or she, right? Now my question's intended, I want to know what exact product they bought. I can see through a specific order ID. Say for an example here, if you see in the order item, I can see for the order number 7. If you see here, for the order number 7, some products are being bought. Can you see that? Product ID 24 and 55 are bought, and the unit price of the product ID 24 is $3.6, and for 55 is $19.2, and the quantity this particular person has bought is order ID 20, product ID 24, he bought 15 quantity, product ID 55, he bought 21 quantity. But I don't know still what is the name of that particular product. I know he bought some product through the order ID 7, right? But I don't know what is the name of the product. So what do I do? I know now the product ID is there. Can I go to the product table to figure out what is the product ID? Yeah, I do have. What did this guy bought? Say for an example, this guy bought product ID 7, 24 and 55 he bought. What do you mean by product ID 22 and 54? Product ID 22 means he has got some Gustav snack board, and then product ID 55 means he has got some pet chenoi kind of thing, and 24 boxes, 2 pieces kind of product. Okay. So randomly, so this data set I have actually imported from one of the Canadian retail shop open data set. So you will see some data that is very interesting to read. I only found some Indian name. Other than that, everything is a very different name. Okay, interesting one. But the data set is Canadian data set, so the name is also very typical. Okay, it doesn't matter what data is there. We can assume it is potato or something. Okay, but my intention was to explain a customer is buying data that is spanning across 4 tables now. A customer going to the shop, placing some order, buying that particular order, he is paying money for those order, and he is checking out. And all this data is available in the four of the table. Now I am asking a question. Tell me the customer and the product they bought. If I want to ask a question, okay, I'm just going to apply a where condition so that I can show you the exact data set. I want to ask a question. Tell me the customer Maria Andres living in the city Berlin. Tell me how much it is actually a Spanish data set, it seems, because it is talking about a lot of country, but the product name is very different. So forget about it. It is an open data set. So um, I have to verify what type of data or what country it belongs to. Okay. My question intent, I'm coming back again. Question intent is, I want to know, tell me what product Maria bought over a period of time. Exact name of the product that Maria bought over a period of time. And I know all this data is spanning across 4 tables. It is not available in one table. Okay. So what do I do? Now, how do I write a join? Do remember how do you start the operation? Okay. I do typically this. I typically start my operation by looking at all the table and then identifying and making sense on the data record. What is the relationship between them? Customer to order, customer ID is matching. Order to order item, the order ID is matching. If you see, the order table has a ID column, and the order item does have a order ID column. I know every ID column of that particular table means order ID is order ID, right? Then I know between the order item to product, the matching column name is product ID. So product table's ID is definitely going to match with the order item. See, in the order item, there is a product ID, there is an ID column in the product table. So the product ID and the order item in the product ID in the order item table is matching with the ID column of the product table. So if I have to start joining all these 4 tables, I'm not going to join 1 or 2 tables. Now I have to write join between 4 tables to extract the data. How do I do that? So essentially what I would do, I will just eliminate all the select star from here after my select query. Okay. Now I know my intention is to select all the data from customer table. So I will say select star from first. I will do star because I don't know what I want to extract. I will extract one by one. Okay. So I will say customer, select, always write in the uppercase. How do you make a lowercase letter to uppercase? Control Shift U. I can highlight and do that. You don't need to delete it out. Highlight, Control Shift U. And then if you want to make it lowercase, Control Shift L. U for uppercase, L for lowercase. Control Shift L is lowercase, Control Shift U is uppercase. You can highlight and then do that. Okay. Now I did that. What I want to do is Control R. I want to hide out the window. I can do the Control R. Can you see this toggle is happening? Result window not. Control R will help you do the toggle of the results. Okay. Now what I do, select star from customer table. I will give a short name of the customer table for my join operation. Then I will do the inner join. I want to join both the table. I will say inner join. Order table, I will give a short alias to the order table O. Again, I will do on condition. I do know whenever I'm doing inner join between two tables, I will have to write on condition. I will say customer tables ID column equals to order table customer ID column. That I know. So I will do that. Now after that, again I have to do a join. I will say inner join again. I can write inner join again with another table. I will say order item now. Order item signature will be OI, order item. Okay, OI. If I'm going to do an inner join, I have to write on again, right? So I am doing an inner join with these two data set now. So do remember that when the join work, it will start joining customer to order first, then followed by order item. So it will proceed that way. So it will start from top to down. So first the customer and order will be joined. When the both the record are joined, then I am going to join with the order item table. So this data set join this data set. Okay. Then I have to write the join. What is the relationship between the order table to the customer ID? Order tables, order tables, order item, order. Where is the order item here? Order tables ID column is equals to the order item tables. Order tables ID column is matching with order items dot order ID column. Okay, that is what the match is. Done. I matched third table. Now I want to match fourth table. I would do inner join again. Inner join with the fourth table. So what it will do? First it will match customer to order on this particular condition. Once all the data is fetched, then what it will do? It will match all this data that is found in the highlighted query to the order item table. And what it will match? In the previous record set, wherever the order ID matched, you match with the order items order ID. I have given OI as the short name to the order item table. Okay. Inner join the product table. I will give a short name to the product table as P. Again, I have to write on condition. What I will do? I know in the order table, in the order item table, there is something called as product ID. I will say OI order item dot product ID column matches with product tables ID column. Where is my product table? KLMNOP. Product table. I do have a ID column. Okay. Now I have joined four table. What is the left table in this particular join? In between these two operator, customer is the left table, order is the right table. Between these three join, these two tables are the left table and this is the right table. Between these join and product join, all this table are the left table and this table is the right table. Do remember you are doing left table with right table on a condition. Left table with right table on a condition. Then left table, though both the two tables joined together is a table. Left table with right table on a condition. That is how the sequence is going. Up to this much, everybody is clear? Can I get some thumbs up, hands? Any question by far? Everything is clear. I will take a pause. Is everything clear by far? The inner join that we are doing? Thanks for them. Kalyan, Uday, perfect. Anybody having doubt? Please call out. Anybody having doubt by far? We are doing the inner join, how to write the inner join, left table, right table, the inner join on. That is the condition. Left table, inner join, right table on a condition. Then if you want to merge third table, this entire operation is got done. Then this entire data set, inner join, right table on, done. This entire data set, inner join, right data on. That is how you are progressing multiple complex type of join. So in this query, I am joining 4 table to extract what my intention is. I want to show customer. I want to show the customer ID. Okay. I want to show the first name of this customer and the last name of this customer and the city of the customer and the product name of the and the products purchase. I will go to directly into the product table. I will say I'm interested in knowing product name that the customer has purchased. Okay. And unit price of the product. I want to know what was the product price because I want to do some a discount show so that if the customer has purchased the same product more time, I will send a discount coupon to him saying come and buy it on Wednesday, right? I want to run some offer. Okay. So I want to do this. Let us understand a few technique. Now you'll see the why did I use that p dot o dot. Now I also want to show the product ID. Do remember in my query, I'm using this ID from the, I want to display this ID from the customer table, this ID from the product table, but both the column names are same. When you are selecting, both the column names are from different table. The customer does have ID column, order does have ID column, product does have ID column, SQL gets confused. Which ID you are talking about? This column I can still understand these are unique column from the customer table. I can still understand these are the unique column from the product table. I don't know. Are you talking about customer ID or order ID or order item ID or product ID? What ID this belongs to? If I execute this query, it will throw error. Okay, let's execute first, see the error, and then we'll fix it. Can you see it is saying ambiguous column name ID, ambiguous column name ID. There are two IDs involved, so it is not able to identify automatically which ID are you talking about. There are 4 IDs available in this join operation, and you have not specified which ID you are interested in. And also it is confused about unit price, because if you see in product also there is a unit price. In the order item there is a unit price. Can you see there is a duplicate column known as unit price in both the table, right? So it is not able to understand, SQL is not able to understand which table you want to show the data from, right? So essentially that is where the column aliasing, table aliasing come handy. If you have duplicate column names, to avoid that particular situation, you can always specify which column you are interested at. I'm looking for customer ID and I'm looking for product ID. And my intention is to look for products unit price, not from the order item unit price. Now it will work because now it very specifically know that which is the data that I am looking out for. Okay, clear about the column alias? Why would you need that? In order to help SQL Server identify who, if there are the same column name in the table, which column you are selecting from what table. That is where you are giving that column aliasing. Clear about the column aliasing concept? Can I get some yes no? Can I get a yes no? Are you able to understand the concept of yes column aliasing? Perfect. Now let us go back. Can you see I ran that particular query and I could see so much of data coming out now. Can you see? I didn't see the product name is product ID. Okay, that's interesting. I did not put a comma, so it took product ID as product name. I did not talk about that particular thing. How do you do the column naming? I will show it right now. Okay. Can you see there is an ID column coming from customer table? There is an ID table column coming from the product table. I want to display it in a different manner. It is customer ID. I want to say customer ID. Or you can give a column name alias. Like you are giving a table name and alias, you can give a column name and alias. As per SQL NSI structure, it is as with a column name as or new name. Customer underscore ID. I gave a name to c.id as customer ID, p.id as product ID, but ID is optional. This as is optional. Do you remember? For the first column, I used as prescribed by SQL, but SQL Server has given this as an optional. If you say p.id and then give a custom name, that also works. But ideally, SQL has SQL standards say you have to say column name as new column name. In that way, what will happen? The c.id will reflect as customer ID, p.id will reflect as product ID. Okay. Now I will highlight the code, Control R, and then show you the data set. It's a big query, 4 join, and I can see the data set. Can you see? This is the customer ID. This is the product ID, right? Now it is very readable. The customer ID 85, he has bought these many records. Is it now clear? Though the record, to extract the record, I had to join 4 table: customer, to order item, to product, to find out which customer has exactly bought what product at what price, right? If somebody asks me, tell me the customer name whose name is Mario, what did he bought, right? What did he or she bought? Then how do I do that? After the on condition, I know where is my condition that I can apply. Where c dot customer dot first name. Customer definitely has a first name, so I will go to the customer and then I will say where customer dot first name equals Mariko. If after doing the join, I can just apply a filter. It is a string, so I have to encapsulate within the single quotes. It would work fine. So Mario is the customer who has bought so many of these items, 32 items he bought. Okay. Can you see this particular question's answer now? If I want to know, tell me all the products bought in the city Rio de Janeiro. If my intention is changing, I'm not looking at what Mario bought. I want to identify what the when the city is Rio de Janeiro. C dot city equals Rio de Janeiro. Tell me what are the people from Rio de Janeiro are buying, right? This is what I want to do. Think about Amazon or Flipkart are selling items globally. They want to know what the people from Hyderabad are buying or what the people from Bangalore are buying, right? That can be a question. So if you see, people from Rio de Janeiro city have bought so many of these items. Okay. I want to know, tell me, I'm just changing my question. I'm just changing my question and my answer will change accordingly. But my join operation is once established, it is going to give me the answer in that manner. So I'm giving this particular question to all. If you have the data available, you can play around with this particular query. Okay. Now I'm just asking another question on the inner join and then we'll move to the lib join. Okay. One more question. I will say my intention is I want to know, tell me the total cells generated in per city. It needs a group by. Maybe we'll answer this particular question in a different session. Group by will come tomorrow, so we'll wait till that. Okay. So I will ask another question. I I want to know. Tell me total purchases made by customers with the first name starting with A. I want to ask a question. Tell me all the purchases made by customers starting with the name A. Can I write like operator, like A percentile? I'm just applying my where condition knowledge again, so that I'm just writing the same join and applying my where condition to ask my question stack. Can you see all these customer first name have this and they have bought all these products? Okay. Can I ask another question? My intention is I join all this thing. I don't want to see the customer name. I want to see the product, right? How do I do that? I will just copy the same query, go, and I will paste it. And instead of showing all this data from the customer side, I will highlight, I'm not interested in showing all the customer side of the data. I'm interested in showing all the product side of the data. Okay, I can do that. I can go back and highlight this particular query. I'm saying, tell me all the purchases made by customer with name A, but these are the unique product ID. Correct? There are 175 purchases being done. But I want to know, tell me exactly unique product. I want to know what exact unique product has been bought. I want to, if there are duplicate record, I want to eliminate. What is the query that can help me eliminate the duplicate record? There is a clause known as distinct clause. I can apply, select distinct, all the column. So what will happen? It will eliminate if there are some duplicate product coming out again and again, because multiple customer can buy potato, right? So if Alex has bought potato and Alejandra has bought potato will reflect 2 times. I want to display potato 1 time. So if I want to display potato 1 time, I will say distinct. Distinct means if there are duplicate record, eliminate them out. Okay. So our earlier query was resulting 175 rows, but now let's see, it is resulting in only 67 rows. That means now all the data is by default, duplicate data is taken out, and all the unique product that was participating in the purchases are there in my list. Okay. Now, interesting part coming out. Okay. I, I will take a pause here. Let's answer any question around the inner join. A percent star means nothing. There is no a percent star. Like a percent is correct, but no a percent star. Where correct? That is the right clause. C dot first name like a percentile. Please add date column. You want to apply a date filter? Perfect. We can do that exercise. Let us ask a question. I want to see. I want to see all the purchases made on a very specific date. My question is, I want to see, my understanding is now on a date. I want to see what is my intention, how much of my revenue generated. I'm just changing my question, correct? How much is the total revenue generated on a very specific date, right? Where is my order and my date involved? In the order table, I do have order date and I do have a total amount. I'm changing my question, okay? My question is, I want to know customer dot first name and the total amount of purchases made by the customer. So I will say order dot total amount made by customers on, where order tables dot order date equals the order date. So to do the order date, I have to first see the order date. Okay. So let's see the order table first. The order date is like this. So I can choose any order date. I will say go for 15th of July 2012. Okay. Order date is 15 July 2012. Okay. I can apply the entire date name signature. Do remember, order date is a date time filter. On the date time, we have a very dedicated session on the date time that we'll learn. But as you have asked, I'm explaining. Do not get confused if you do not understand any part of the order date if I apply some filter. Okay. Because date time querying is there as a session altogether. We'll see varieties of date times parsing and querying. Okay. But what you can do, if you don't understand anything, copy the entire date time value and part exactly to the order date. Okay. I want to see what order has been placed by the customer name and the total amount by them. I am just selecting that. So if you see, it is saying that on that very specific day of 12th or 12th of, sorry, 15th of July 2012, Paula is the customer who has purchased a duplicate record of 570 $517.80. I don't know whether it is a duplicate record, so I want to be very, very sure. I want to eliminate that particular record. I will say, if it is a distinct record, then only show me. If there are duplicate records coming out, eliminate them out. Now I know on that very specific day, Paula was the only customer from my store who bought $570 worth of goods. Okay, I'm changing my date to 12th, right? Let's say 12th of July. Did I have any sales? Yeah, I do have Michael coming to my store, bought products worth 2490, right? I'm trying to do another query. I want to say, tell me, tell me my total sales generated per day basis. Okay, it needs group by. Do not get overwhelmed if you don't understand why the group by and what is happening. Do remember there is a clause available known as group by. My question is, I want to know, tell me the total amount of revenue generated at my store on a day. Okay, my question is, how much amount of money I collected at my store on a given day, right? My intent is that. So what I will do, I will my group my data on the order tables, order date column. So I am grouping my data set. Group by, I can always write a group by condition. Group by, control R, group by, group by order date. Okay, I will group all this data set, and my intention would be, I want to show the sum of total amount by order date. I will say order date, order date, and sum of. There is a function available known as sum function that can add sum over a partition of data. Let us understand what does that mean. First, see the data, and then we'll understand what the sum function do. Okay, I want to see whether this particular query executes. Okay, can you see on what I did? Total cell. Okay, total cell generated on a store. This particular query is going to give you the total number of cell generated on the store. So can you see on this very specific date, 21st of April 2013, the store generated a revenue of $2,472. On 19th of March 2014, the store generated a revenue of $20,785, right? This is another interesting operation. If you want to club all the cells generated on a specific day, right? We wrote that particular query, right? Tell me all the cells generated on a very specific day. There are, on 12th of July 2012, we could see that only one person bought this particular thing. But say for an example, the other query is rendering a lot of data. There is a lot of revenue generated on other days. How about looking for the data set on this particular order date? Okay, let us see. If I change my order date from this to this, does it work? Did I not copy it thoroughly? It seems, yeah, I did not. Okay, now it should work. Yeah. So Arya was the only person who bought. Did I apply a where condition or something? No. It is saying on 21st of April 2013. Oh yeah, because I'm saying at 12 o'clock. Okay, let's see. On April 14, 21st of April, how much is the total dollar of revenue generated? It is saying 2,472. How about this one? 19th of March. Let's check 19th of March date. Yeah, I can see that. On 19th of March, 4 person visited my store: Carlos, Horst, Lino, and Lucia. All of them bought products worth different pricing: $276, $3,500, $68, and $1,122. Right? So ideally, I can apply a date time filter by copying the entire date time value against that particular format. But do remember, SQL Server supports hundreds and thousands of variety of date time. So we'll actually talk about the date time during the date time session. I don't want to dilute the session. We'll understand when we understand the date time, then only I will answer Pradeep that question, how much way you can apply the filter. Okay. Any other question, Wi-Fi? Can we move next to the session around the left outer join? If inner join is clear, everybody? Whether inner join is clear to you, how do you write an inner join? Inner join exactly matches with the record set. If the data matches between both the table, then only that record comes out. Okay. If the data matches exactly between table, that record comes out. What if the data does not match? Then that particular data will be filtered during the inner join operation. Okay. Now we'll move to the outer join part. What is the outer join? Do you remember? Outer join is the exact opposite or complementing factor to the inner join. Do you remember? If my question is, tell me which customer has never bought a product from my store, can that be a question? There is a merit, right? He must have visited to my store. I must have got the number from some event or somewhere. Is it a possibility that customer has come to my store and never purchased a product? I don't know. So let us figure out. Okay. My question is, I want to know whether there exists any customer. So my query is that I want to know. My question is, tell me the customer name who has never bought a product. Interesting question. How do I know that who has never bought a product? Okay. How do I do that? My intention is I want to know the intention. Do remember your intention is your columns. My intention is to know the customer ID, the customer's first name and the last name. I want to get the customer ID, first name and last name from the table. Where? From which table? I want to know all this data from customer table. I want to know the customer who has never bought a product. First thing I want to tell you, there is a join available known as left outer join. Okay. Initially we did the inner join. Now I am writing a clause known as left outer join. Okay. And then I would say order table. If I join customer table to the order table, if there is a matching record found between the customer and order on the customer dot id equals to order dot customer id, that record comes out, right? If there is no matching record, that gets eliminated, that customer record gets eliminated, right? I want to know all the customer who has ever bought a product from my store. I want to match the condition. If it is a join, that means there is an on clause, and if there is a join, I definitely should put a short name for my easy representation. I will say customer dot id equals to order dot customer id, order dot customer id. Okay. If I do this, what happens? Let's see. And then I want to see order dot id control Z, control R. With the big font, my screen doesn't allow me to do a lot of things. Order dot id comma order dot total amount. I want to know what this customer has purchased ever. Okay, let me just do a left outer join to show you. Do you remember? Left outer join means what? Do you remember what table is known as the left table? Any operator that comes before the join clause is known as the left table. Any table that comes after the join clause is known as the outer table. In this condition, customer table comes before outer the join condition. This join condition is known as the left table. So customer is left, order is right. When you are writing left outer join, that means you are giving an instruction to the SQL server saying, even if there is no match found between the customer to the order table, show me all the data from the customer table, irrespective of a match found or not found. In case of inner join, it will eliminate if not match, no matching record found, correct? That means if I go to the example here, I will have a column name called as 4, and I will say one column name as money. Okay, and is 24. Okay, If I ask a question, tell me the customer who has never bought a product from my store. Can somebody tell me by looking at this data who has never bought a product from my store? Can someone talk about who has not bought a product from my store? Money is the user who has not bought a product from my store. How did you know, Uday? Because the customer ID 4 is not to be found here. Is that correct? Customer ID 4 is not to be found in the order table. Is that correct? But if I write an inner join between these two tables, what will happen? Only the 1, 2, 3 record will come out because the matching record is matching only with the this 3 column value, right? The repeating values are 1, 2, or 3. These customer IDs are coming out. So inner join eliminates this customer ID 4. Correct? If I want to know, I want to see all the record, even if they have not bought a product, then I will go for a left join between the table. So left join always gets the data from the customer table. If a match is found, not found, doesn't matter. Okay. We'll do the same operation here. Okay. I'm doing the on clause and I want to see whether ambiguous column. I know that if I have the same column name, I have to specify which column is taking part. I will say customer.id. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm doing a left join. Can I see? I'm interested in knowing whether there exists certain record. It is very hard to find whether there exists certain record where customer has ever never bought a product from my store. Is it a possibility? I don't have a possibility. Yeah, I do see some possibilities. Can you see? I did do a join. I see a lot of data coming out, but can I see some data from the right side is coming as null? Can you see that? Alex Hayes, Robin Hayes, Diego Royal, and Mary Butland has customer ID, but they have never bought a single product from my store. When I do left join between the table, left join here in the example sec, right? I did a left join between the customer table and the order table. My intention is in the left join, whoever is the left table, I want to select the data even if there is no matching record found. Let me show you one thing. Okay, if I do inner join instead of a left outer join, let us verify how many records are coming. Do remember the count? When I did the left outer join, I could see 834 rows. When I will do the inner join, let's see how many records are coming. Can you see? When I do the inner join, I see only 830 records coming out. That only I could find customer to the order mapping is matching exactly with 830 rows. 4 rows are missing. Why those 4 rows are missing? Because there exists some customer who has never bought the product. That is where those 4 record of the customer side got eliminated in the other inner join operation. Inner join only works wherever the left side table data exactly matches the right side table data. Whereas in the left outer join, if I change the inner join to the left outer join, irrespective of a match found or not, data will always come from the left side of the table. Left side of the table means what? From the customer table. If all the data from the customer table will come and all the matching rows between both the table will come. If there is no matching record found on the right side of the table for some customer record, that record becomes null. That is the peculiar behavior that comes with left outer join. Okay, what happened? There are records available, but if I wanted to know how many records those were not there are no customer never purchased. So these are the 4 records. These are the 4 customer available in my system who have never placed an order. How did I know? Because my right side of the order table is saying I don't see any order ID or any order amount. So if somebody asks you a question, tell me the customer who has never placed an order, you can write a query, apply a where condition and say, I know if there is no order, I can apply a customer to the order join and that will be a left join. Why? I want to see all the customer who has bought the product. If they have ever bought the product, the value will always be greater than 0. But if it is they have never bought a product, the value will be null. So I would say where O dot order side of the value will be null. So I will say O order side of the total amount is null. These are the customer These are the customer who has never bought my product. So I am applying a filter directly now to see, tell me the name of the customer who has never bought a product. Are you getting this particular question on the lip join? Lip join gives you the data irrespective of a match is found or not from the left side of the table. Left side means a table that appears before the left outer join. Okay. And when the data row is not matching row is not found from the right side of the data, it will get anyways the left side data, but there is no matching record in the order table. So it will get you null data row. Okay. Can there be another condition? Can I ask the same question? Does whether there exists any order where the customer doesn't exist? Are there any bogus record of order present in my system? Are there any bogus record of order present in the system where my there is no customer? Now my intention is want to see the order where there is no customer record. So I would say my intention is changing. So my intention is I want to see all the data from the right side of the operation. That means this table. Left join means my intention was to look for data from this table. Right join means look for all the data from the order table. Okay. Now what I want to say, I want to get all the order where I don't want to apply the filter. In that way it will be easy. I'm doing the same join. I want to show you the join operation just to see the order table. It will get me the same 83 record. There doesn't exist because I can apply the same filter just to show you. There does not exist any record in the order table where customer, because if right side data is not matching with the left side data becomes null now. Customer ID is null. Is there any such record exist where customer ID is null? No, there is not a single order available in my system where the customer ID is null. But I can apply this left right join to another variety of my data set. Okay. Can I ask a question on my pet and pet owner? Okay. I do have pet and I do have pet owner, right? Can I ask a question? Tell me the name of the owners who has not owned a pet. Okay. How do I do that? Select star from, I know column list I will write. I will say from, and after the from clause I will do the join on the pet table. Pet table I will give the name as p, and pet table right outer join, because my intention is from the owner, right? I don't want to write outer join. Do remember in SQL Server, left outer join or right outer join, as per ANSI SQL standard, you have to write right outer join. But SQL Server say if you don't want to write right outer join and you say right join, that will also work. So right join and right outer join in SQL Server are same. Left join and left outer join in SQL Server is same. Outer keyword is optional in SQL Server. But in other programming language like Oracle and MySQL and odd, the outer clause is mandatory. Okay. Now coming back to this one, pet p right outer join, and then I will go back and say owner table. Where is my owner table? Pet owners. Here is my pet owner table. I will go to the pet owners table. I will give a name, says o table. Okay. Where pet tables, where is my pet table? Pet tables owner id, owner id equals to owner tables, owner id column, pet owner tables, owner id column. Pet table does have owner id, owner table dot owner id column. Okay. I want to see, tell me all the owner dot owner id and owner dot owner name control z, control r, owner dot owner name and pet dot pet name, pet dot pet name. Okay. I want to select, just I want to do the select right join. My intention is select all the data from the right side of the table. Right side means pet owner table. Do remember, right join means right side of the table. Left join means all the data from the left side of the table. Okay. all data. When I say right or left, it is all data from the intention. Did I do any mistake somewhere? What it is saying, let's understand. Incorrect syntax near P. Oh, I did not write the on clause. I did write the condition, but I did not write the on clause. Okay. Now execute. Can you see? I'm able to get all the owner ID and their owned pet name. But can I identify a question? Tell me whether there exists any owner who doesn't own a pet. Where if the pet owner doesn't own a pet, right table, so left side table value will become null. So I will say p dot pet name is blank, or p dot pet name is null. If I join both the table on the right side, if there is no matching record found in the left side of the table, then the pet name becomes null. So I will say p dot pet name is null. Does there exist any record? There is not a record available every owner owning a pet. Okay, but can I do some tweak in my pet table just to show you how do I extract the data? Can I go and edit all the 200 rows of data set? I can right click and say edit all the 200 rows, and I want to unmap one data. Let's see. It will open up the grid. My SQL is pretty slow. My machine needs a reboot. By far, whether it is clear, students? Any question by far? We'll continue on the full join and the views tomorrow. So it's a very complex topic, and like I said, you need to practice a lot to do that. My machine again fall into hung state. Bad. Let's wait for a moment. Yeah, it opened up. Okay, I want to do one tweak here. Can you see this owner ID? I want to delete this owner ID, and I want to say it is a null, null. I will set this value, and then I will click anywhere. It will save the record. This is another way of doing update. Very bad way, but this is another way of doing the edit by opening the data record directly. You can open it like Excel grid and then do it. But the right way of doing it is by executing an update statement. I could have said update pets owner ID equals to null, where the pet ID equal to just 6 hyphen 8562. I could have executed that command. Else I just opened up to show that that is another way of dealing with the situation. Okay. So once this is done, there exists one pet where is no owner. Is that understanding correct? Because I marked the owner ID as null for the pet ID Blackie. Is that correct? So I want to know whether there exists where, so my, okay, yeah. So I want to know whether there exists any owner where he is not owning a pet. That answer is not going to change. Correct? That answer is not changing. But I will show you the query. I'm going to reverse the side to see something will come out. Now I'm reversing my intent. What I'm trying to say, instead of pet owner, my right table becomes pets. Control X. Can you see that? What I'm trying to do now, which is my right table, which is my left table? Pet owner is my left table now, pet is my right table now. Why? It is right after right join. Any table coming before the join clause is the left, any join table coming after the join clause is right. My intention is right join, so I want to select all the data from the pet table. Right join means all the data from right table, left join means all data from left table. Now my intention is select all data from pet table, and my intention is I want to know where the owner name, because if every pet is owned by a owner, if there exists a pet where the owner is not there, the owner dot owner name will becomes null. Is that understanding correct? Let us execute the query and it should fetch me the pet called as Rambo and Blackie. There exist two pets. I did set the value of null for the Blackie, but there existed one dog or one pet known as Rambo and one pet known as a Blackie who are not owned by any owners. These are strange. Okay, we can say that these are the two pet existed in my table. By using a right join, I could find out. Let me show you actually what happens when this particular query runs, what happens. Okay, without the where condition, we can see the data. So if you see here, I can see the owner name and the pet name. If there is a matching record, all the data from the pet side is coming. But there exists two record from the pet side because it is right join. My right side of the table is pet. So even if there is no matching record, it will get me the data Rambo and Blackie. But it didn't find a matching owner. No owner ID is available for these two records. So it is getting null values from the left side of the table, right? That is what a left join is all about. Now there exists another interesting join known as full join. Full join is nothing but a combination of left join plus right join. Any data coming from the left table, all data from the left table, all data from the right table, irrespective of a match found or not found. So I'm doing full join. Full outer or full join are same. In SQL Server, outer keyword is optional. That's why. Okay, I will not do that. I will just say full join on this condition. So all the data from left table plus all the data from right table, irrespective of a match found or not found, right? So if you see, all the data from the left plus right has arrived. Okay, I can do the same example for the customer and order table. There doesn't exist because customer and order are not good example for the left join and right join. But then essentially the full join, I can show you that all the data from the pet table and the pet owner are now joined. Full join is a combination of pet owner, left join, pet table, union, pet owner, right join, pet table, get me all the distinct value. That means irrespective of a match is found between the pet table or the pet owner table, get me all the data from the pet table plus get me all the data from the pet owner table and give me the distinct record. That is what is the meaning of the full outer join. Okay. Uh, any question by far, team? Anything? No questions? Are you all clear? It is going beyond your head. It is fine. You will be comfortable in some day. Once you start practicing, you will be very comfortable. Okay. But by far, any questions before explaining the cross join? I think we are gone beyond time. We can actually go for the cross join tomorrow also. It is not a big deal. But it is your time. Go ahead and ask question if you have any. Can you explain right join in Excel? Why not? So right join. Okay. Same table. We'll do a pet table. Then I will have a pet ID. I will have a pet name. I will have a pet owner. I will have a owner ID. I will have a owner name, pet name, and then there is a owner ID. Okay. Now let's understand. This is the pet table. This is the pet owner table. Okay. Pet table ID 1, pet name Blackie, owner ID 1, pet ID 2, pet name Jackie, owner ID 2, owner ID 2, pet name pet ID 3, pet name Rambo, owner ID null, pet name pet ID 4, Rambo, owner ID Rambo, no, pet name Kyla, owner ID 3. Okay. And here in the owner ID, I will say owner ID 1, owner name Rishi, or maybe I will say Rishi. 2 is Varun, 3 is Alia, 4 is Samantha, 5th is Rahul. Okay. Now I am asking question. Vishnu, answer me this. Okay. Tell me who are the owner who are not owning any pet. Can I see the answer? Yeah, your question is right. Left outer join and left join and left outer join are same. Outer keyword is an optional keyword in SQL Server. Vishnu, can you answer? Who are the owner who are not owning any pet? Rahul is the owner who is not owning any pet. Yeah, that is correct. But is that the only owner who is not owning pet? Samantha is also not owning pet. Is that correct? How did you know? For Rahul and Samantha, there is no owner ID available in the pet table. Is that understanding correct? That is how you identify. Okay. Tell me which which whose are the pets which are not owned by any owner. Tell me the name of the pet who are not owned by any owner. Tell me the name of pet which is not owned by Rambo, Kalyan. Perfect. Now, if I have to extract this data, how do I extract this data? Can I write this particular query? My question, I am asking a question. Tell me the name of the pet who are not owned by any owner. How do I do that? I will say select p dot. Do remember, pet not owned by any owner. How do you know? Straightforward. Pet not owned by any owner, the data will be blank or none. Is that correct? Straightforward, right? There is no logic to be applied. Pet is not owned by any owner. Because if I see, if there is no owner ID, that means that pet is stray. Is that understanding correct? Straightforward. Now, if I want to say, tell me any owner who are not owning any pet. How do I do that? I am just saying select my owner side of the logic. I will say select owner dot name owner name owner name from pet table from pets dot pet p right outer join pet owner o on p dot owner id equals to o dot owner id, where do you remember, if my pet and pet owner are matched, do you remember right join means what? Which table is intent is right, pet owner is right, this table is going to come out. If I join both these two table, what will happen? What data set will be formed? This is the data set that will form. From the pet side, it will come as, if I am doing right join, this is how the data will be formed. One, all the data will come from the this is the right join operation. What will come out? One will match with one, two will match with two. Rambo will be eliminated because it is the right side, no data found. So this becomes null. This particular record matches Alia. So this data will come here, correct? And for Rahul and Samantha, no matching record is found. Okay. This is what the operation will result in the right outer join. What will happen when you do the right outer join? All the data from the right side of the table will come, irrespective of a match found with the left table or not. All the data from the right side table will come, irrespective of the data uh, that is matching or not. Wherever the match is found, 1, 2, 3 matches found, it will come from the pet side. This will come. There is no match found here. that record will be eliminated. This record will be eliminated. From here, 1, 2, 3, that will come. For 4 and 5, no records are available. That will still come because it is right outer join and my owner intent is pet owner. I will reverse my question. Okay. I will just reverse my question. I will insert now. I will do left outer join instead of right outer join. I will see left outer join. What would be my result? My intention is select all the data from the pet table irrespective of a match found from the right table or not. So all the data from this side will definitely come. What will come? All the data from left side will come. Okay. Wherever there is no match found from the right side, it will eliminate that out. I know there is no matching record for Samantha. There is no matching record for all the data from Rambo is owned by Alia. No, Kyla is owned by Alia. So this record doesn't match. It will match here. Control Z. And this record matches Alia. So it will go up. And this record doesn't match, but it is definitely available in pet table. So it will come. Are you clear about this one? Now this is the left outer join result. What will happen? All left outer join. Pet is there in the left side. All the data from the left side is coming, irrespective of a match found or not. Wherever there is a match found in the right side, it will get me the data in this manner. Wherever there is no match found, it will get me the data from the right side with null rows. Clear about this now from the Excel? I don't know who asked that particular question. Kalyan, are you clear about the left and right outer join now? Clear? Any other doubts? Okay. Today's session is a very heavy session, and do remember, student, if you master the skills in the join, you are through any interview, you are through any job. So I will give you maybe a lot of question to solve around the joins today. Start attempting. Okay. I will not ask any question on the cross join. I will ask question on the full outer join. Okay. I didn't talk about the full outer join. Okay. Let me give you the example of the full outer join. We did discuss about the left and right. Why not talk about the full outer, right? How does the full outer look like? The full outer join will look like this. Full means what? All data from left, irrespective of match or found or not. All data from right, irrespective of data found on the right side of the table or not. This is what the full outer join look like. Can you see that? Past three matching record. Correct? Rishi, Varun, Alia are owning three dogs, back Lucky, Jackie, and Kyla. Okay. Rambo is a orphan record in the left side of the table. And Samantha and Rahul are not owning pets. That is a combination of all data when you do the full outer join. This data is coming from the left side. This data is coming from the right side. Is that understanding correct? If you see, this data is coming from the right side of the join. This data is coming from the left side of the join. When you combine both this data set, only the duplicate record will be eliminated and only unique record will come out. Can you see that now? This is the outcome of a full outer join. Clear about this particular operation, team? Who asked this question? Kalyan, is it clear now? Can you give a thumbs up? Perfect. Okay, team, we'll stop here. And then if you have any question, go ahead and ask. And everybody is clear or it is doubt, people are having doubt. It is one of the complex chapter. That is where if you say doubt, I believe either you have understood very thoroughly or you have not at all understood. There are only two possibilities. So I want to get a thumbs up that you have understood it thoroughly. If you want to speak up, speak with your coordinator, open up and go ahead or post your question here. I can wait for 2-3 minutes and then we'll drop off. Kalyan, it is saying he is clear. I will just ask every individual just to check with you. Chini Krishna, clear? Can you give me a yes or no? Deba, Prashant, Kalyan Vishnu, Sandhya, Pradeep Chaprala, Manni Dev, Vijay. Vijay has logged in 2 times. And Sai Pritam. Uday Kiran. Can you just give me a yes, it is clear duplicates are allowed in joins? Yes, duplicates are allowed in join unless and until you apply a distinct filter, automatically the data records will be filtered out. If there are duplicates, the duplicate record will come out. We have seen it, right? For one customer ID, there are so many matching order IDs coming out. Those are duplicate records, right? Can we use join with where command? How can you do the join with where command? Where comes the join? Join means join on. Join can be done with the on condition. There is nothing called as where. Oh, I have written the where. Oh, sorry about that. It is my bad. Don't get confused with the where. Yeah, your question has a merit, Krishna. There was a ANSI syntax. There was. It is not an approved up syntax anymore. It still work. Okay, it still work. But I would not recommend using that particular command. Okay. There used to be a syntax like this. Do remember, if you join an organization with an old dated product, you never know what kind of product they are using, right? If you see this syntax, do remember this is also a join syntax. Okay. People will not write anything. They will say owner, sorry, control Z. They will do this. Okay. They will say pet owner, comma, this, where, instead of where, we'll say where p dot owner id equals to this. Okay, this means they are doing an inner join on both the table. Okay, can you see this particular syntax work, and it is giving you the data set? I would absolutely not recommend writing or join using this particular syntax. What you are doing, you are not writing any join condition. You are saying pet owner comma pet table, where pet tables owner id equal to owner table owner id. This particular syntax work, but it does not, it is absolutely not recommended. In every code checks it will fail. Everywhere it is supported. Do remember, you must be thinking it is executing, that means it is supported. Yes, it is supported, because when you advanced a product in the earlier version of SQL Server, MySQL, Postgre, this particular syntax was supported. But as I said, it is very confusing to know which table is joining with what. How are you going to do the inner join? How are you going to do the outer join and all those things? Then there is an operator coming as comma plus plus comma star comma. So in order to avoid all this confusion, they clearly called out, if you want to write inner join, say pet owner inner join pets. If you want to write outer join, say pet owner write outer join pets. Okay. For your question, Krishna, this is the syntax using which you can do the inner join or outer join, but absolutely not recommended, not supported. If you write this kind of syntax now in any interview, they will definitely reject you. For your knowledge purpose, it is fine. Never ever attempt this way of writing the code. Clear? Pradeep seems not happy. Okay means what? Did you understand? You don't understand. Answer cannot be okay. Okay means, do you know how the okay word was formed? Okay was one of the word coined during the World War II. That means zero killed. From there, every soldier used to come out and write in their regiment that today so many casualty, right? They used to celebrate when there is a zero killed casualty. So one killed, 1K, two killed, 2K, three killed, 3K, right? And when there was zero soldier killed, they used to write that zero killed. And that is the celebration moment. That is from where that zero killed came out as okay. So either you are happy, you are not happy. So Pradeep, is it clear, not clear? Answer has to be yes, it is clear or not clear. Or you have some doubts. In full join, automatically delete duplicate record. Do you remember it does? There is nothing called as deletion of duplicate record. Sandhya, I want to be very specific. Selection of duplicate record, by eliminating the duplicate, is that if you are meaning that selecting by eliminating the duplicate record, yes, absolutely yes. When you do the full outer join, it actually eliminate the duplicates and select the right ones. Okay, unique records. But if you are thinking that it will delete the duplicate record from the table, select doesn't delete record, right? Select only retrieves the data from the table. So I am confused with this line itself. whether full join automatically delete duplicate record? Answer is no, it does not physically delete the duplicate record, but while showing the displaying the data, it definitely selects the unique record. Clear? Need to review again and reorder. Chinne Babu, can we export the result we got to Excel? Can we export? Yes, why not? Whatever record you are doing, you can just do execute, and you can click here on the corner of the grid. Here on the corner, right click and save as. Can you see that? Save result as. Right click on it and save as, and file will be saved as a comma separated value file, CSV file. CSV file is nothing but an Excel kind of format. Okay. I will go to the desktop. I will go to the SQL session, desktop, SQL session, export and save. I will go to my SQL session. I will click on the export and I will show you the data. This is the data that we exported out of the SQL. This is the way you can export, straightforward. That is one way. But if you want to actually export it as a file, there is another way. You have to hold on to the question when I about teach you how to do the bulk insert, bulk export, and query export. That is, there is another option through which you can actually programmatically also export. That is correct. Sai Vijay, it is not ANSI format. It is actually previous to the SQL standard. When the SQL coined in the 1992, that particular era, the way of joining the table using a where condition was supported. What is distant? Or we have to write distant. Distant is nothing. Distinct. DISTINCT. Distinct means unique value. Okay. Sir, please, these files. Do you want me to send the file? Yes. Okay, fine. Thank you, team. Study well, and we'll continue from here with view and views, the cross join, and we'll proceed further in the and if time permit, the constraints tomorrow will start. Okay. Thank you.